The Adidas Best of Adi Stormtrooper seemed to be the best basketball shoe of the 2024 season. And that's a good thing for the company, because for the past couple years, Adidas has been sinking, mostly due to Kanye no longer doing any business with the brand. Adidas then tested the waters, releasing Kanye-esque sneakers to the market, and they were received with a lot of backlash. People just didn't like them, especially Kanye. He didn't seem to really like the idea at all, and he made a bunch of rants about it. Whatever. I personally think it was a little backstabby on Adidas's part, but let's talk about the AE1s. Now, for me, getting my AE1s wasn't the smoothest process. When they were delivered, I did not get a pair of AE1s. I got this hat right here. Yep, this hat. This is the exact gray hat that they sent. I mean, not this one, but this is from them. It's a Foot Locker branded hat. I called customer service. They were great about it. No questions asked. They even gave me a $10 gift card. But the end result was me still having to go to the store. Not to pick up a pair in-store, but to return them to get another pair. And I was really irritated about the whole situation because on the website, the Stormtroopers, they were sold out. And the other colorways, they're cool and all that, but I wanted the Stormtroopers. So working with this guy, he was able to find me another pair of Stormtroopers from the Champ store somehow. And he also gave me another $10 gift card that I never received, but it was all good. I left the store pretty happy, and also left them with their hat as well. In about 3 days, I got a call saying that they were at the store, so I went down there, and unfortunately, I was a little too late. The store was closed, mall was open, but the store was closed. But of course, I showed up the next day a little earlier, and my man right here was able to take care of me. Finally got the Stormtroopers in hand. Okay, let's get these unboxed. And that must be Anthony's logo there. I hope it's not like the Ant-Man thing. I hope he doesn't really run with that. I hate that nickname. I also don't like the Joker or Greek Freak. I think those are just stupid nicknames. And I know the Joker doesn't like being called the Joker. But anyway, I went with the size 10. I'll talk more about that a little later. That's interesting. The color said Cloud High, Black, and Gesper. I don't know what that means. I didn't see Stormtrooper or anything like that. But anyway, I love these, man. I always like to get the first model of the signature shoe that comes out. And I'm not even the biggest Anthony Edwards fan, but let's talk about Anthony Edwards real quick. Edwards grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, playing mostly football as a youth, but that soon switched when he seen his brothers hooping. He decided after watching his brothers that basketball looked cooler, so he switched sports.
Basketball players should only wear one chain at a time. We leave that to rappers.
During the 2020 pandemic draft, Edwards was the first overall pick. He was in a movie with Adam Sandler called Hustle.
That's your little girl over there? What's her name? Easy, boy.
But he's been doing his thing. He's been compared to Jordan more than LeBron has, just as far as his play style, not accolades. And when they asked Ant about the comparisons, he said this.
You confusing the hell out of me, I ain't gonna lie.
You said
I'm not sure if he has a killer instinct like Jordan yet, but that's still to be seen. I mean, who does? But right now I can say Anthony Edwards is hooping out of control, and his shoe line's off to a great start. I know this is his first signature. He's been in the league for like 4 years, and I'm hoping that as the years go on, that his sneakers stay consistent, they stay dope, because usually the second sneaker is not that great if you had a really good first one. And what's cool about these is they didn't overdo it. I know on the side it's kind of honeycombed up. It's got like this inner booty neoprene sock liner, and those can work with you or against you. I did hit the court when I first got them, but the court was full. They were having like church ball on one side and pickup on this side. I didn't want to play. I just wanted to get the review, so I bounced. But I did come back a couple weeks later, and here I am. And this time, since I felt that day that the shoes were a little too big in a size 10, I bought these official Nike Elite socks, which is supposed to be the NBA's official sock, just to see if a 10 is really too big. And again, here we go, trying to put the shoe on with that neoprene sock liner. And again, it's okay. Once you're inside, it feels great. And I can imagine if I had a 9.5, which I still want to get, I might get that low top pair in the black and pink whenever they want to drop them. I'll probably get those in a 9.5 just to see how these fit true to size, because I really don't have a true to size. It's either a 9.5 or a 10. So it's always tricky with me. And in Adidas, they're very inconsistent with their sizing. I typically get a size 10 in everything they make because of this. But the first day on the court when I was wearing them with like a regular Walmart sock, it didn't work at all. The shoes just felt too big, and I couldn't play in them because I didn't want to risk getting hurt in them. I used to wear bigger hoop kicks when I was young, and it didn't do anything but just tear my feet up, bunions, all that. But getting on to the performance aspect of this sneaker, I want to give it a high score, but I'm unsure. I know this insole that they're using is nothing special. It's not polyurethane. I believe if they did make it polyurethane, it would have been a thicker insole, which would have led to more comfort. A little bit more weight, but it would have been more comfortable, and the size 10 probably would have been a better fit. This is one of those shoes that are basically all synthetic. They don't require any break-in. Like I thought they would, but there's zero break-in. Like I said, the upper's that neoprene, so that stretches really well, and that material tends to not fatigue your foot as fast. The traction or the grip of the shoe is probably the standout performance aspect of it. I had zero problems, and you can see right now this is not the prettiest court. It's not the cleanest court. I don't think anybody was really hooping on it today. I was in there pretty early, but the traction did not fail me. I didn't have to wipe the shoe before or during the shoot around. Like, it was perfect. Some of the best traction I experienced all year. I probably wouldn't take these like on an outdoor court, maybe on a nicer outdoor court, but just straight up street ball, probably not. Nowadays, they don't really make the shoes for outdoor usage anymore. Like if you played in these outside for about a couple games, the bottoms will be thrashed because they're making out of this really light, thin rubber. The whole shoe is basically polyurethane, which I think is great. It's just, you know, it just is what it is. And I like how Adidas made this shoe look very classy without overdoing it. A lot of the times with Nike, the first signature shoe for an athlete is like a takedown shoe. It looks really cheap, like the Lucas shoes. The first pairs look really cheap, and they always kind of do that with the PGs. But this shoe, it's just different. And it really does help when Ant-Man, if you want to call him that, is hooping like he is right now. I think they're contenders for an NBA title. I don't think they can beat the Nuggets right now, but when you're balling out of control like this, it makes your shoe more attractive. It makes the kids say, I want to be like Ant. It brings a certain allure to the sneaker. And I also think they took something from this Adidas Yeezy. What was this again? The Yeezy basketball shoe, which they took forever to make. They included boost, which you really couldn't feel. There's no boost in the Anthony Edwards sneaker, thank God, but I think they took some design cues from this. I always felt like the Yeezy shoe was incomplete, and we'll probably never see another Yeezy basketball shoe again. So it's definitely going to be interesting to see how far Edwards is going to go with the brand. Like, you could switch brands. Kobe did it. He started off with Adidas, then he switched to Nike, and I think he's got a good thing going on with Adidas. So again, we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see. But that's the end of the video, guys. I really do love the shoe. I guess I can give it like right now in a size 10, I'm going to give it an 8.5 because I did enjoy the shoot around more than the first time. It is dope when the shoe looks good and performs well. So hopefully the next Anthony Edwards signature sneaker performs and looks as good as this one. I'm just glad they didn't overdo it because Adidas usually has a way of overdoing their designs, and they just didn't do that here. Plus, I love black and white. Plus, I love the first signature shoe. I love the cut. I like the green in the back. The whole shoe is dope. Peace, love, and light, guys. I am out. Hope you enjoyed the videos, and make sure you eat your Wheaties.